So many people are struggling with mental health issues right now. The World Health Organization reports that just in the first year of the pandemic, the prevalence of anxiety and depression, they said worldwide, jumped 25%. Joining us today to talk about strategies on how to manage that in our lives and more is Dr. John Deloney from Dave Ramsey's company, Ramsey Solutions. Good morning, Dr. Deloney.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. I'm doing well. You know, and I like to separate out anxiety and depression, because you have people call into your show, your podcast and your show. And do you get the sense that oftentimes people don't know what they're feeling? Is this anxiety? Is this depression? What is this?
Yeah, we get a series of physical symptoms, and then, God bless us, we run to Google or WebMD and think, I have that, I've got that, and I've got that. So for most of us, I care way less about whether it's anxiety or depression, any of these diagnostics. Those are for doctors and insurance companies. Really, I want folks to focus on, am I lonely? Am I keep waking up at 2 a.m., unable to sleep throughout the night? Do I have any energy to get out of bed in the morning, or am I unable to go to sleep? I want us to look at our physical symptoms, and for most of us, let's leave the diagnostics to the clinicians.
You know, I get the sense that there's a lot of these reports out there that say just generally mental health issues have gone up during the pandemic. I mean, again, folks can look them up. I mean, it's happening during these last 2 years of the pandemic. Mental health issues are going up. Why do you think that is?
All anxiety is, depression, these things are just alarm systems for our bodies that our bodies give out, right? It's like a smoke alarm in your kitchen to let us know that we're not okay, that we're not safe, that we're disconnected from other people, or we're in a situation where we're out of control. And think about what's happened the last 2 years. Instead of there being a common enemy, we were told that that little girl walking her dog down the street might kill us, right? Or that old woman at church, if we're not careful, we may make her sick and she may pass away because of us. And so what was weaponized was our neighbors, our loved ones, our friends, our community members, and our bodies are just hollering. All the alarms are sounding. But it's not the alarm that's the problem. It's not the anxiety, the depression that's the problem. It's the life we've built around our communities, our workplaces, our stress, our financial issues. That's what's setting these alarms off.
You know, it's interesting because in the background you can see, you know, your book, Own Your Past, Change Your Future, that's coming out soon. As you talk to your readers, and what are you trying to communicate to them through this book? Again, it starts, the very first 3 words, own your past. What are you trying to communicate with them about their lives?
We've been given 2 paths for how to do life. Either your feelings are everything, and whatever you feel is how you need to respond and act, and you will only be the worst thing that ever happened to you. You'll always be an ex-survivor. You'll always be the worst thing you've ever done. That's path 1. And path 2 is forget your feelings. In fact, if you have feelings, you're a coward, you're weak, you just need to grind it and drag it and flex. I'm from Texas, right? That's what we were trained here. And I'm calling nonsense on both paths. And so this book is really a new 3rd way, which is you have to own what happened to you. You have to own the fact that you were treated differently because of your skin color, because you were born into a family of poverty, because you were abused, because your mom got cancer, because your dad left. You got to deal with that stuff, and you have to ask yourself the hardest question you'll ever ask, which is, so what do I do now? In the back half of the book is a step-by-step, here's how to go about changing your life, and most of us will change our lives over and over and over again for the entirety of our lives.
You know, on your show, we talk about it, the Dr. John Deloney show. It's a podcast. People call in. They talk about real stuff. I mean, just, you know, quickly, even searching yesterday, you're talking about someone who lost their son to suicide, talking to children about war. I mean, these are heavy topics. What is just an overarching theme that you feel like people just need to hear right now?
If I did distill down into one sentence, the common problem that we're all facing is that we are dangerously and frighteningly lonely. We are sleeping next to spouses that we've been married to for several years, and we are completely alone. We're 2 inches apart, 2,000 miles away from our wives and our husbands. We don't know our kids anymore. We just hand them digital babysitters. We don't hang out with our friends anymore. We don't have community. Church attendance has fallen off. So if we look around at our world, we have coworkers, we have networking events, and we have lots of friends on the computer, but our bodies are designed to have a small tribe of people that we do life with. Other people are our emergency fund for life, and if we don't have that, our bodies will be anxious, they will be depressed, they will spin off into ADHD. These things that we're trying to solve, those aren't the real problems. The real problems are isolation, loneliness, and this complete scorched earth when it comes to relationships.
We have a little bit of time left. What's a first step that someone can take today to move into a community?
Make that phone call. Go first. Who cares about cleaning your house? Invite a group of people over. Call that friend that you got in a fight over about the masks or the vaccine and just say, I'm sorry, let's go get chips and queso, I'm buying, right? Go first, risk it, and make that phone call. And understand, just like I got to quit smoking, you got to be in community if we want to live healthy, long, productive lives.
Dr. John Deloney, thank you for your time. Again, the book, Own Your Past, Change Your Future, coming out April 19th. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.